Hello, everybody, and welcome back to A Sweet Journey. I am Sonia, also known as Sweets, and hi. It's been a minute. I There's no excuse other than I am very, very busy with working kind of a full time job and a part time job and trying to do other things. And so, yeah, anyway, blah, blah, blah. I just wanted to catch up and I wanted to jump on and just kind of talk you all through how my year is going so far. We are in February and I feel like there is a lot of learning. There's a lot that is happening that is just, it's learning for me and it is growth and development. And that is a big, big part of kind of who I am. And so I just wanted to share with you, kind of from a self care perspective, what are some things that I've prioritized so far that actually seems to be working for me. So, okay. So, first of all, right going into the new year, I came to realize that Tabitha Brown, who is one of my favorite human beings, like, I just like the way she navigates the world. And I like her hair products. And she announced that she was writing a book, or her book would be available in January. And so she was doing I did a new thing challenge. And so I was like, oh, I wonder, let me kind of listen in on what she's up to. And so I decided to do that in the month of January. And so I did a new thing every day for the month of January. And there was incredible learning in that. There were several things that I did. One is I just kind of made a list of things that I just might want to do, just so that if there was one day that I needed to just kind of find something to do, that I could go through the list and go, oh, okay, I haven't done that before. And I did that for a couple of things. And so that was how I started it. And so what that allowed me to do was just kind of, it was no pressure. I never felt like I was gonna I was gonna fail or anything. It never was. And if it was toward the end of the day and I hadn't done anything new, it was really easy for me. Like, one of the things that I liked is sometimes a new thing is an old thing that you haven't done in a long time. And it's new to you in that moment again. And so that was something that was really helpful as well. So it was really fun. I loved it. I was just engaged. I find that I do well with like 25 days of this, 30 days of that. I do really well with that. And so, like, I did Hey December in December instead of Vlogmas. And it was just, it's easier for me to do something every day than it is for me to say on Tuesdays and Saturdays I'm going to post. And so I really need to figure that out, because I know I'm not going to be able to really just post every day. But anyway, I'll figure that out. The second thing that I did January 1st is I made a choice. So I have a full-time job, and nothing wrong with my full-time job. Sometimes it's a little stressful because leading is stressful. The thing that is a skill set and a passion and a strength for me is facilitating. I love it. I love teaching somebody something new, or just getting curious about what is happening with somebody and letting them have like an aha moment. And so that's my favorite thing to do. And I don't really get to do that a lot in my job. And so I took on a second job. And so I am now a faculty adjunct coach for the University of Denver. And I did not realize how much of purpose I would be living into by taking on this job. It is a lot. Like, I have to grade papers, I have to repost. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot to add on to an already busy schedule, but it's so rewarding. Like, I love it so much. I think when I think about my purpose, I think about like, I have it written up on my wall over here. It's my why. I was created to educate, inspire, and impact people with my story. That's my why. And so everything that I do, I really try to do it through that. So, is my story going to be helpful in this space? Am I being impactful? Am I educating? Am I inspiring? That's kind of how I make decisions about things. And so I get to meet with a group of people who are interested in being in growing in their leadership. They're all leaders, all of them. It's just some of them don't have a title of like manager or team lead or whatever, but they are leaders. And so we get to just talk about big topics like emotional intelligence, and I get to coach them. And so I do coaching sessions with them every other week. And this past week, it's just, I don't know. I could go on and talking about it, but I think more than anything, it is the space that my heart really loves. It's a group of people who, like, I feel like I have a benefit for them. Like they're not coming into the space like I know it all. Not that anybody else does, but sometimes in corporate America, you're working with people and sometimes people believe that they've arrived. And so that's just a different audience. I don't mind it. I think I can facilitate to anybody, but this group of people, they're just hungry for growth. And they're challenged by life and how to time manage and how do you balance, like you have children, you have now this class, and you have work. How do you juggle all of that? And just being in a coaching space with them, it lights me all the way up. I love it. And so that was a big addition for this year, and I'm really happy about it. I'm really, really, that was one of the best decisions that I've made. And the third thing for me is around, like I've always loved to journal. It's been something that I've done my entire life. I was a little girl journaling, and I made a decision to go and buy. I made three purchases that for me, man, maybe four. Oh, sorry. But I purchased Tabitha Brown's I Did a New Thing book. I haven't started that yet because I'm reading another book, and I want to give space to each of the books that I'm reading. I have a hard time sticking with one, and I really, really have an intention to finish. I bought this other book on Audible, and so it's called The Wake Up. And so I'm listening to it and I'm taking notes and all that. And so I'm really trying to give it the space that it needs. But in addition to that, I bought a 5-minute journal. And this 5-minute journal is so good because it allows me the opportunity to do a quick journal entry in the morning and a quick one before I go to bed. And there's affirmations, there's like goal setting. It really is working. It is, and I say working, it's working for me. And that I get a chance to get like really clear before I start my day, before I even get out of bed, like what I want to get after. Like one of the questions is, what would make today a great day? Like what would make today really good? And so I get to set an intention for the day, and I love that. Yeah, so I love that. I bought that book, and then I bought a couple of other ones, but really more importantly is like I am journaling regularly. And I think there's something about that it's good for my mental health. I just think it's what I needed, that I didn't realize that I needed, that I really absolutely needed. And so, yeah, that is another thing that I've done this year. Number 4, I've talked about quite a bit, and I don't think that I can talk about therapy enough, but having regularly scheduled therapy with my therapist has been really a game changer for me, in that I have an opportunity to just kind of process through things. And I was dealing with some really, really hard things. I was carrying some really heavy things. And I just needed a space to be able to process it, to talk to somebody about it. And my therapist, I love her because, one, I talk about it. 2, she challenges me. One of my first couple of sessions, we had a really good conversation, and she recommended that I get this book, and I got it, and it was just like, oh my God. It was a book called White Tears, Black Scars. Excellent book. And so I got it, and some of those books I like to get on Audible just because I want to be able to like be in the car and listen to it. And so that was another one that I got on Audible. It was a little bit heavy, and so I needed to like balance it out with something that was a little bit lighter. But all in all, that was the way that we started our therapy relationship, and it has proven to be one of the healthiest things that I've done. That just adding it as a regular thing that I do is really, it's helping a lot. And so that is the 4th thing that I did this year that is working, and I'm so happy. I was deciding which one I would pull forward for the 5th, because I have a bunch of other things that I'm doing. Like I'm starting to like prioritize exercising. I'm prioritizing eating more fruits and vegetables in my day. Those things are working from a health perspective, and I don't want to leave them out. But that's not the 5th thing that I will pull forward. Oh, the sun is coming out. The 5th thing that I just want to pull forward is that I decided to prioritize utilizing my paid time off methodically. And so I know that there's going to be a big trip that I'm going to take this year. I want to take one big trip every year. And so the options are Singapore. Hawaii is big for me just because I've not been there. South Africa. And I think there's one more. But those are the top three, right? And so one of those three, for sure, that is going to be a trip that's going to be taken this year. But the other thing that's simple and that is profound and helpful for me is that I took a random Tuesday off. It was one of the 31 new things that I did in the year, but I just took a random Tuesday off. And there was something so good. I went to the mall. I went to breakfast. I took myself to lunch. I went to Barnes and Noble. It was so good. And it was exactly what I needed, just a random day. And so I've decided one day every month, I'm going to just take a day and do whatever the heck I want to do. I'm not going to do work though. Either of my jobs, not doing any of that. And so that to me is a game changer for me this year. And so, yeah. So there you are, the 5 game-changing decisions that I made at the beginning of the year that really absolutely have impacted the way that my year is going. And I just want to encourage you all, each and every one of you, if you're listening to my voice, if you're new here, hi, I'm Sonia, also known as Sweets. Welcome. Please join. We are a small but mighty family, and I love us for that. But I encourage you to sit down and really think about what is going to be helpful for you. It's not too late. January doesn't have to be the time that you do New Year's resolutions and then you don't have any more time. No, every day that you wake up and you have breath in your lungs and you have the ability to process, you can start fresh. And so today, start fresh. Write down maybe 5 to 10 things that you really want to get after. And then tell me about it. I would love to hear about it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye.